Greetings, my excellent friends. It is Sunday, July 14th, 2024, here in hot and humid Tokyo, Japan. You got the Hobby Drifter here once again, back with another video. Thanks, by the way, everyone who's been watching my more recent videos. Been getting a lot more views on these recently. I don't know why, but thank you, everybody. So what you're looking at here is from Mandarake in Akihabara. I stopped by today to pick up some figures. Was fortunate enough to find those figures at the first two places I checked, but then I figured, well, I'm in Akiba, I might as well hit up some of the usual spots. So I went into Mandarake, and me and Mandarake have a long and very happy history of me giving them just lots and lots of money, and them giving me like everything I've ever wanted as a toy collector. So it's a very beneficial relationship. Anyway, I go in and they have this God Ginrai. Okay, so God Ginrai is my favorite Japanese Transformer. Going back to when I was a small child, Power Master Optimus Prime was the first Optimus Prime I owned. Absolutely loved that figure. When I found out as a young adult that there was a superior Japanese version called Super Ginrai and the add-on God Ginrai, I really wanted it, and it was obviously very difficult to get in the late 90s in the suburbs of Chicago. And I think around that time it would have been about $300, which might as well have been thousands of dollars to me back in the day, which it was not going to happen. But then in 2001, Takara Tomy released a very, very close reissue. I mean, like the reissue is extremely close to the 1989-ish, 87, 89 version. I don't know, because as you can see, the date is covered in just gross tape. Anyway, so they released the 2001 version. The only issue is that the 2001 version had this cheap blue plastic used on, the joints here, the legs, and it was essentially the same thing that happens to gold plastic. Like the infamous gold plastic syndrome happens to blue plastic. And it must take about 20 years because I and other folks over the last few years have noticed that when we went to transform them, they just crumbled into little chunks. So that was extremely disappointing to me. I had my 2001 God Ginrai that I had imported to Chicago from Japan and then brought back with me to Japan. Here in my little studio, taking pictures of it. Went to transform the legs, and the legs just snapped right off. Glued it back together as best I could, but went to transform the trailer, and then those blue parts snapped, and I was just left with like a pile of parts, which was, again, very disappointing. But, as luck would have it, I went to a hobby shop late last year and got an unused reissue to replace my broken one, but again, knowing that it's that blue plastic syndrome, I can't really transform it, which sucks. However, staring me in the face was this gross-looking thing at Mandarake. And I'm guessing that this tape here used to be clear until, like, years of Japanese humidity turned it into what it is now. I mean, even the tape that was used to hold it together is peeling. Heavily sun damaged. It is cool that we've got the tech specs here. I don't think those were on the reissue, but I would have laughed at this and not even given it a second look, because it was in the showcase where they put the expensive stuff. It was actually displayed right above a very nice Grand Maximus that they wanted about 300,000 yen for, which is about 2,000 US dollars right now, doing those conversions. This was 6,000 yen. It was 6,000 yen, and that works out to like $45-ish right now, which is, I mean, I've spent $45 on dumber things. I mean, I've probably most of the things I've spent $45 on are dumber than a vintage toy that I would have always wanted. Obviously, this is in garbage shape. The warnings on here are like it's a damaged item. The combiner head is missing. It's missing a bunch of parts. There's like sun damage. I mean, it is not good. But it was $45. So I decided, you know what? Screw it. Let's get it. And I go up to the counter, and I was like, excuse me, I'd like to buy something from the showcase. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And I walked over to the showcase. So what would you like? And I was like, can I have this sad, lonely God Ginrai in Japanese? And they're like, and like I can see the panic setting in on this woman's face, because she's just like, she assumes that I'm a tourist and don't speak any Japanese, and that's fine. I guarantee you that's 99% of the foreign people that they deal with here. So she's just like trying, it as basic as possible. It's in really bad condition, and I'm like, yeah, no, I see that. That's fine. It's no problem. And she's just, because I'm sure that this had happened before, that they've sold something to a customer and then they have come back unhappy with it. And of course, like Mandarake doesn't take returns; it's a secondhand store. So they're like, "Oh my God, this huge foreign guy is going to be pissed that he's buying this thing, thinking he's getting a good deal." I am still getting a good deal, by the way. So she's just like panicking, and I'm just in very simple Japanese. I'm like, no, it's okay. She's like, it's missing pieces, and she's pointing to the thing, saying that there are parts missing. And I'm like, no, I know. And I tell her, I've got a broken one that I would like to fix with the pieces. Like, but it's missing pieces. I'm like, right, no, but I have those pieces. So she gets the thing out of the case and brings it up to the counter, and she's like, she's calling for help from another one of her coworkers, and they are being unfailingly polite. They are so nice. I absolutely love the Mandarake staff at every single one of the places I've visited. They are just the nicest people. And the guy comes over and he's like, do you want to maybe look at the inside of the box? I'm like, no, it's fine. He's like, I'd really feel much better if I could just show you the inside. It'll take like 2 seconds. So he cuts the little wrapper off, and he's like, so as you can see, I mean, it's missing parts, and so finally, like, I'm now feeling a little bit more comfortable. So I tell him in Japanese, I'm like, look, no, I know, but I've got a reissued version that broke because the plastic was not good on the reissue. But this one, it looks like it is okay, so I can replace the parts. And also, I like that it's in a used condition, because it means that someone actually got a lot of love out of this. And he was like, oh, well, that's and he didn't even do the oh, your Japanese is so good thing. He was just like, oh yeah, that makes sense, cool, well, enjoy. So I'm going to enjoy this, and let me just show you what I got for $45 here. Slide the little belt thing. You know what? I'm not even going to slide the little belt thing off. I might not even keep this box, honestly. I might just cut the tech specs off and not keep this disgusting box. Maybe I'll cut the robot out of it. So, in all honesty, the inside of this thing is not nearly as bad as I was expecting it to be. Like, not even close to being in the state that I was expecting. So I mean, yeah, it is missing some pieces. The styrofoam is terrifying. I mean, it's missing. So it's missing, the wings. It's missing one of the cannons. It's missing the missiles for the cannon. It's missing the combiner head. But let's see what actually is here. Yeah, we have the headmaster, the Power Master. Power Master Ginrai, of course, has some chromeware, but again, that just means that, a kid enjoyed this back in the late 80s and early 90s, and it wasn't just sitting on a shelf, which is very, very cool. Like, toys aren't meant to be played with. Missing looks like the stickers either aren't applied at all, or a lot of them aren't applied. Got some chromeware here on God Bomber's chest. It's fine. Would like to get an Autobot sticker for here, just to make it look nicer. And I have an unused sticker sheet. Like I said, I bought that reissue that has an unused sticker sheet, so I might just take those stickers, slap it on here, since it's not really doing me much good other way. One of the cannons here. Wonder if this would even still work if I put a missile in here. Who knows? Both of the shoulder cannons, and it doesn't have that flaky plastic on it. And then Super Ginrai up here. Good old Super Ginrai. I was absolute. Doesn't that sound great? Doesn't that sound great? Don't you miss styrofoam? I was shocked that for the condition this is in, the tab is still unbroken. That really, really surprised me. Yeah, there's a fairly large crack in the styrofoam. I might just honestly chunk the box. I can't believe it. Who would have thought? So yeah, missing a bunch of stickers here on the body and inside here. So I'm guessing these were factory. Ew, it's grimy. I'm gonna have to clean that. Chrome is still pretty nice on the legs though. Yeah, the window stickers are not applied to the body. But let's see if it works. Let's see if I can transform this without it crumbling into sharp dust. Alright, so far so good. Yeah. Still good. Extremely tight joints here. And the head, which has the red eyes, unlike the reissue that has the blue eyes. So, huzzah! $45. How can you possibly complain about that? Without the red fins, I can't really combine it into God Ginrai or into God Bomber form. But I mean, geez, yeah. I mean, and I've seen Mandarake do this before. Let me move the camera a little bit so this isn't quite as unappealing. Not a professional video here. I'm just having some fun. I have seen Mandarake sell in a worse shape than this, just the cab, for like 4,000, 5,000 yen recently. If they had just taken the box and just like junked it, they could have sold this for easily 10,000 yen, and my dumbass probably would have bought it. Like, honestly, I probably would have been like, you know what? Yeah, I want, like, I could get, a nice thing out of this. But I'm glad I didn't, because I mean, geez, 6,000 yen, 6,000 yen for this. Like, I mean, the joints are tight. Let me see if I can transform this into like super mode without it falling apart. Doors are still there. Not as far as Japanese yen goes, but as far as US dollars goes, this is the cheapest Ginrai I've ever bought. I bought a really nice reissue one for 5,000. This is even clicky. This is better than on the reissue. This is great. Look at the colors. What the? How? How is this in such nice shape for that box? I assumed it was going to be like sun faded, like all the way to hell with this, but no. This is in wonderful shape for a 35-year-old toy. Yep, I got it into combiner mode. Nice. No head. Who needs a head? Overrated. I'm super happy. I am just like I am over the freaking moon with my purchase. Here, I am going to take some chunks left over from my broken one, and I am going to turn this. All right, so there is a little bit of chrome damage here. I'm going to turn this into my new display one. Like, hell yeah, hell yeah. That's all I got for you today, guys. I am the Hobby Drifter. I have had an interesting day. I've had an interesting week. But this is just making my day. This is exciting for me. Thank you all very much for joining me. Thanks everyone who's been watching my videos recently. Please do continue doing so. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know, because I'm always happy to hear from other fans. Thanks again. Take care, everyone, and happy hobbying.